Alright, so here's what's going on. You got the body, right? And this is just perspective. You got the body, and that's this little area right here. This little area within your radius, this little area that you can reach and grab things, right? And then you got your mind. And the body and mind kind of working together here, so let's just draw like a little connection outward. Right? And the mind is considering things that are beyond the body's perception. So what the eyes aren't seeing, the mind is seeing. The mind is figuring out. What the eyes and the body cannot observe, touch, feel, the mind is observing, touching, and feeling it, right? And then you've got, once these two are stable, access to the spirit, which exists before and after them. It's kind of in control. It's got a higher radius. And whenever the mind and the body are disturbed, the spirit is hard to access. And spirit is just your consciousness, the identity you have that separates you from every other body, including the ones that look like you. And so the spirit is what gives character individualization. This is how we can judge each other as separate individuals rather than punishing each other as a whole group. Like a coach who makes a coach who makes the whole team do push-ups because someone was late. You know, the spirit is what allows for that one person to be the only one who does the push-ups because they were late, right? And once we get to spirit, once we get to the mind-body stabilization and spirit stabilization, there's order, and order organizes all of these things. Once we all agree, once we can get to these points, separation, we all work together with our mind, spirit, and body to organize ourselves fairly based on these three aspects of identity, these three aspects of taking and giving. And look, it's almost like I accidentally just drew a passive image of the earth. Isn't that interesting, huh? I almost just drew the earth randomly. And so what order does is it organizes all these things, puts them together, and it creates a construct that protects these three concepts of identity. And so once this order is established and it's protected, then we can establish these motions, these momentums, and we call these the privileges. And the privileges are, whenever order, spirit, mind, and body are organized, are all put together, are aligned, privilege is accessible. Order, spirit, mind, and body can justify why it exists, what it's doing, how it gets what it wants without doing anything wrong, and privilege is accomplished through that. Now, here's what's going on. You guys keep disturbing the mind and the body by asking how questions, what questions, explain what we're doing, right? And so pretty much asking how you have control over your body disturbs the mind in such a way that it cannot explain that, because the body and the mind exist in a shared relationship rather than one before the other. So when you question control over the body, you're really questioning control over the mind. And so if I ask you, how does your flesh exist? How do you have hands? How does your heart beat? And your mind has no control over that. It disturbs you at a level of realizing how little control you have over the situation. This distracts you. It takes you away from your mind. And without your mind, you can't even begin to see order, let alone spirit. You can't begin to see order or spirit. And here's what happens. While your mind is being disturbed, while your body is being disturbed, if let's say I ask you a question like this. Why are you taking territory when you have no idea where any of this land is coming from, right? Boom, a question like that stalls you. Now I move in. Let's say I wanted to attack you while you can't answer that question. Boom, your body was exposed because your mind couldn't protect it. Your mind couldn't see what was going on. Boom, take you out. That's all it is. Now, let's say I establish a higher order, right? I want to get you to do something. I want to get you to act a certain way. Let's say I want to get you to eat food while you're trying to starve yourself, right? Well, let's say I'm trying to get you to eat something that you don't like, right? And so it would take some understanding of your spirit, right? Why doesn't your individual separated self want to eat this specific food item, right? That's your spirit right there, right? And so I use order. I use order to isolate you. I use order to work with everyone else to keep you from having access to any other kind of food. I use order to leave the one food that you don't like there. It's the only thing that you can do. Now, with higher order, I've gotten you to act on a physical body level without your mind and your spirit or your order being able to describe the situation. So now all I can say is, you're not a man of your word. You said you don't like eating that food, but you still ate it. Now I can say that your mind, body, and spirit don't deserve respect, don't deserve privilege, don't deserve to be here. Now here's what's going on. As you guys keep attacking me with these higher orders, disturbing my mind so that I can't keep track of them. Let's say you ask me a question, how does this do this? How do you do this? Why are we still doing this though? Why that's the one that gets me. Why are we still doing this though? It's because you're desperate. You want to create some distortion in my mind and body to try and get away with something. But let's say you use that moment of distorted thinking, of mind, body, spirit disconnection, and you just do a bunch of stuff. You do a bunch of stuff, and you try to assert as much as you can that my mind, that I'm not keeping up with anything, that I can't keep up with anything. And you use that to try and make me feel as if I've lost track of what's going on. I don't buy it because I still know that that's what this is. I know what you're doing here. Now here's another thing that you guys are doing. So, at the body, or at the mind, whenever the spirit is questioned, what makes you different from me? I really don't know what it actually is that makes me different from you, right? What you guys do is you suggest, while there's a disconnection from higher order, you suggest that there's order that you can't actually prove. So let's say you have to give me something, but you say, you were supposed to do it like this. You were supposed to do it like this suggests that there's order that my mind, body, and spirit has not figured out. Now, the reason that this is not cool is because if I can't see the order that you're acting on, I can't effectively participate in it, and I'm bound to make a mistake or be controlled, likely for the sake of someone else's privilege regardless. And so, statements like, how doesn't he know that this is what he's supposed to do? How come you haven't figured this out yet? Suggests that there's order that while you're disturbed, while you're being questioned, your brain can't figure out, can't reach. Order that is not reachable, that is not orderable, right? And so, let's say another one. Let's say somebody claims that they know everything. You know this one. Someone says, I know everything, right? What's the next thing you're gonna do? You're gonna ask them questions until you find something they don't know, right? And so what do they need to do in order to avoid that? They need to say, I know everything, and I know that I'm not supposed to tell you or else I'll lose track of it. Boom, now they've created a shield against your questions. They've created a shield against your questions. Now they can justify not having to answer your questions while still keeping the claim, because they knew that you were just gonna ask them a question that they couldn't answer. And so they said, I just have to stay quiet, and that's the only way for me to see it. Boom, now they can suggest that they have higher order that because they're not telling you, you're never going to be able to achieve. And seeing as your mind and body and spirit are disabled, disorganized, you're bound to go towards anything that claims that it has the order necessary to stabilize those things. This is how all this manipulation works. So yeah, I'm done. That's all this was.